Now, many are saying this debate is make or break for the candidates. And as for tonight, Joe Biden will really need to be prepared for attacks from all sides. As we saw last night in the debate, these candidates are really looking for a breakout performance, maybe even a viral moment if they can get one, anything to help propel them forward, give them the momentum they need to get to that third debate, which has much stricter qualifications.
Throw your hands up, but you haven't.
Progressives versus moderates in night one of the Democratic debate, with the candidates challenging the frontrunners on stage, Senators Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren, saying voters will not go for their policies.
You might as well FedEx the election to Donald Trump.
We are not about trying to take away health care from anyone. That's what the Republicans are trying to do.
Controversy, though, started before the debate even began, when Ohio Congressman Tim Ryan did not put his hand over his heart for the national anthem, and then Twitter lit up.
You know, I put my hand on my heart for the Pledge of Allegiance, and I don't do it for the national anthem. I never have. I sing along.
Here's a look at the 10 contenders who will take the stage tonight. Frontrunner, former Vice President Joe Biden, will have the opportunity for a rematch with Senator Kamala Harris after she challenged him in Miami.
Do you agree today that you were wrong to oppose busing in America?
And he could find himself on the defensive again tonight, not just from Harris, but from all the other candidates, especially since 6 of the 10 appearing tonight have yet to qualify for the third debate. Now, many of the candidates that are preparing to take the stage were watching last night. Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, for instance, tweeting that she didn't think there was enough conversation amongst the candidates about how to move women forward. Other candidates tweeting about their own policy proposals that they're running on as they continue to fight to stay in this race for the White House. Good morning from Detroit. Senator Kamala Harris again going after former Vice President Joe Biden last night, just as she did in Miami for the first debate. But this time, she too was taking hits for her policy proposals and for her record as a prosecutor.
Cozy on me, kid.
Frontrunner and former Vice President Joe Biden knew that Senator Kamala Harris was indeed not going to go easy on him during their turn on stage for the second Democratic debate in Detroit.
For a Democrat to be running for president with a plan that does not cover everyone, I think is without excuse.
She wasn't the only one taking aim at the poll leader.
It looks like one of us has learned the lessons of the past and one of us hasn't.
If you want to compare records, and frankly, I'm shocked that you do, I am happy to do that.
Harris also taking major fire for her prosecutorial record for death row inmates.
You actually blocked evidence from being revealed that would have freed them until you were forced to do so. There is no excuse for that. And the people who suffered under your reign as prosecutor, you owe them an apology.
Even New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio getting his turn in the hot seat when candidates and even hecklers question why the officer in the Eric Gardner case is still on the job.
He should be fired. He should be fired now.
But the candidates made sure to save plenty of attacks for the commander-in-chief.
The president is a racist.
We can no longer allow a white nationalist to be in the White House.
Immigrants are being scapegoated for issues they have nothing to do with in our economy.
Some are from countries, and some are from worthy countries.
And the president was watching as they lobbied attacks at him regarding immigrant families being separated at the border, tweeting, quote, "The cages for kids were built by the Obama administration in 2014. He had the policy of child separation. I ended it even as I realized more families would then come to the border." Another intense night for these candidates as they're trying to get a boost in the polls and a boost in donations as they're working to try to qualify for that third debate. At this point, 8 of these 20 candidates have announced they have qualified. As for the other 12, well, it remains to be seen if these performances will be enough to get them there. Reporting live in Detroit, I'm Lindsay Oliver for Spectrum News. With such a long list of candidates, these debates are really crucial for them to try to stand out, especially for those candidates that don't have as much name recognition. Now, to see who is standing out at this point, I took to the streets of Detroit. The Rust Belt state of Michigan is an important swing state for the Democrats, hoping to win the White House in 2020. The state swung red for Donald Trump in 2016, but his victory was narrow. And that adds to the heat of the second round of this political boxing match between 20 candidates.
And let's face it, 24 presidential hopefuls means a lot of research for voters. So these debates, these condensed opportunities, are critical for people to learn more about the contenders. Tonight, the big face-off is expected to be between Senator Bernie Sanders and Senator Elizabeth Warren, who is nipping at his second-place heels in the polls, both of which not hitting as hard as expected in the first debate. Now here's a look at who else will be on stage tonight, some of which are continuing to lag in the polls and have yet to qualify for the even more stringent third debate, like Montana Governor Steve Bullock and Congressman Tim Ryan of Ohio. So I took to the streets of Detroit to see what issues voters are looking to hear about.
Reducing the national debt, 23 trillion, and everybody's ignoring it.
The student loans issue.
Healthcare.
I'm interested in how they can help the city of Detroit grow and continue to prosper.
As for which of the 20 candidates they even recognize?
I think Gretchen Whitmer.
Is that Kamala Harris?
Yeah, I know that. That's
Okay.
I know that one.
Okay, who's that?
Yeah. That's
Yeah, that's Castro. Tulsi Gabbard. Another guy pulling at zero.
That's the mayor of New York.
I'm mad I don't know her name because that's the one I'm voting for right there.
It's the fake Hispanic. What does he call himself now?
That's Debbie Stemino, ain't it?
No,
Look
sir.
like her. That ain't Debbie. Yeah! Debbie Stemino. I know her.
It's Elizabeth Warren.
Oh, Beto.
That's our guy.
We definitely know, yep. Bernie Sanders. I'm not familiar.
His name Joe something. No.
You've never seen this man before?
Nope.
Joe Biden?
Nope, I don't remember seeing him.
Okay. Yeah, you cannot make this stuff up. Now, obviously, tonight is critical for all the candidates. They've got their work cut out for them between tonight and tomorrow night, and some of them really just hoping for their Hail Mary moment. Now, some of the big topics they'll be covering, of course, healthcare. Kamala Harris making waves yesterday when she released her Medicare for All plan. We're going to be talking gun control, especially with the mass shooting over the weekend. Climate change, immigration, of course, hot topics. And then being here in Detroit, jobs. How to keep jobs in the U.S. And we'll watch the battle begin tonight at 8 o'clock on CNN. Reporting live in Detroit, I'm Lindsay Oliver for Spectrum News. Now, many are saying this debate is make or break for the candidates. And as for tonight,